We are talking all about Patrick Mahomes here on this edition of the Kansas City Chiefs Report. And I thought there wasn't a better way to begin today's show than by showing some love for QB1, the most talented quarterback in the history of the game. Spam 15 for Patrick Mahomes in that comment section. I want to see at least 315s. We love you, Patrick. We're rooting you on. We think you're going to have a fantastic season this year. Spam 15 in the comments. We'll get started with today's show. Glad to have you with us here on this edition of the Kansas City Chiefs Report. Tyler Jones, your fearless leader, here with you. On today's show, we are going to recap Patrick Mahomes' interview on FanDuel Sports Network's Up and Adams with a very lovely Kay Adams. He touched on a number of topics, so let's get right to it, folks. Mahomes enters another season as the Kansas City Chiefs starting quarterback, and he's hungry for more. This team came up short in the Super Bowl last season against the Philadelphia Eagles, and revenge is not necessarily on the minds of this team. Although the fan base has talked a lot about revenge, the thing that Mahomes kind of alluded to in his interview with Kay was about how they're focused on football, that they want to take it 1 week at a time and don't want to focus on the outside noise and what other people are saying, that they're not looking at that pressure, that it's all about inside and within the building. And it was a pretty fascinating interview between these two that they shared this past week. And let's start with what he said about blocking out the noise, which, if you follow the Kansas City Chiefs closely, you guys know there is always a lot of noise when it comes to this Kansas City Chiefs team. The most watched team in the NFL this past season. You've won 3 Super Bowls in the Mahomes era. You got, the Travis and Taylor thing going on. Mahomes, a celebrity in his own right. So here's what he had to say about blocking out the noise. I honestly am just ready to play football again. I've had just to sit back and listen to people talk, and I'm like, let's just play football and handle it all there. I don't really want to talk about it. I just want to go out there and show who we are as the Kansas City Chiefs. And, folks, that's why he's the best, is that we never have to worry about Mahomes' focus. And Mahomes, he does such a good job of focusing on the little things, of what he needs to do to get better and make this team better. Mahomes, he is all business all the time. This is who he is. And for as much as we talk about his talent level, I don't think we actually give enough credit for the leader that he is as well. And this type of mindset that he's going with is going to translate to the rest of this football team as well, as they stay focused on football and not worry about those outside factors and be the best that they can possibly be. So let's ask you, Mahomes, he's got some new weapons, got an improved offensive line, very rejuvenated entering this year. Will he go back to the mountaintop as the best quarterback in football, winning the MVP award this year? Prediction time. Weigh in, let us know. Type Y for yes, in for no. You might get an ad break while the ad's playing. Get your votes in and let us know what you think. Another thing Mahomes talked about was reclaiming joy. I think when you look back on this Chiefs team last year of what they went through, there was, I felt like, an uptight feel of sorts, that this team was playing every single week with so much pressure to not only get back to the Super Bowl, but also to win it. And even as we were going through the regular season, I was never sitting here with a doubt in my mind about the week-to-week stuff, because I knew that when push came to shove, that this team was going to deliver when it mattered. But it didn't necessarily feel like last year, with the injuries that happened and just everything that was kind of clouding over this team, that there wasn't much fun going on. And I think that they're trying to bring that element back in of not only focusing on the week-to-week and blocking out the outside noise, but having fun doing it as well. Mahomes saying this: I don't want to say it was pressure, but last year guys wanted to go out there and win every single week, not because it was fun, but because we were supposed to. Let's go out there and have fun. The wins will come if we play the way we know we can play. And whether Mahomes says it or not, there was pressure on this team to three-peat last year. And this team was sitting there with kind of being on edge of sorts. Every single thing that they did, they were watched closely. And that was the expectation, was that they were going to three-peat. And then they got humiliated in the Super Bowl. And now this team has been humbled of sorts, where they can kind of step back and say to themselves, okay, we are not inferior to everybody. Nothing is going to be handed to us. We got to go out there and work hard and control what we can control. And I think that they're rejuvenated. I think this team is as motivated as ever to show up and show out and do their thing. So what do you think? Mahomes and company, how are they going to fare this season? What will be the Chiefs' record in 2025? Get your predictions in the comment section. Let us know how you think this year is going to play out. Folks, want to make sure you're subscribed to the Kansas City Chiefs Report as we bring you our daily news and rumors. We have sometimes 2 and 3 videos a day, live shows each and every Tuesday, breaking news, Q&A mailbags, and more. Your one-stop shop for all things Kansas City Chiefs is the Kansas City Chiefs Report. Best part about it, you subscribe now. It's absolutely 100% free. Does not cost you a thing. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV to subscribe now. Lock us in. Never miss a moment. Let's get at least 20 subs off today's video. Subscribe now. You'll be glad you did. So one question that was raised by Kay Adams in this segment was about the receiver room. And we know that Rashee Rice is healthy now. Xavier Worthy's coming off a strong second half of the season. Hollywood Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster are healthy now. And then, of course, you drafted Jalen Royals. You have Travis Kelce back, Noah Gray into the fold. When you look at these receivers, is this the deepest wide receiver room yet after having so many issues with the receiving core since the departure of Tyreek Hill? Mahomes saying this on FanDuel Sports Network. It's going to be hard to make cuts, referring to guys like Nico and Tyquan Thornton, Sky Moore, and others. We have so many great receivers. We could be 8, 9 deep with the guys I could see making this roster. It's going to come from everywhere. Obviously, you got Rashee coming back. He looks great. You got Xavier Worthy, who came on strong at the end of last year. You've got Hollywood Brown. He's healthy again. Guys everywhere. We have so many weapons. And it's not just that they have so many weapons. They have different ways to distribute the football. It's not the same receiver repeated, all right? There's no clones involved here. They do different things well. Rashee Rice, you got his possession receiver. Xavier Worthy, you can use vertically to stretch the field. Hollywood Brown, you can do a little bit of both. Jalen Royals, you can do a little bit of both. And one thing I think you're going to see, allowing more creativity, is the pressure that it's going to take off of Travis Kelce. And we've seen so many defenses focus on Kelce. Now, because you have all these receivers to defend, it's going to give you more options. And I expect big things from Rashee Rice. I think that's what kind of makes this offense take that next step in the right direction to open up things. This Rashee Rice stepping in to be that number one receiving option compared to Travis Kelce, who was that in the past. And that's okay. You're still going to use Kelce quite a bit, but Rashee Rice is that guy, and I think you're in pretty good shape. Do you believe in the Chiefs wide receiver room? You got two options here. Type B for believe, D for don't. Be 100% honest with me. Weigh in the comment section and let us know. Do you believe in this receiving core or not? Chime in and let us know. We got Chiefs Nike shirts on sale now with free shipping. These shirts are $10 off, folks. You can get them now at chatsports.com/Chiefs Nike. It's getting hot outside. You need a T-shirt. You want to represent your favorite team at the same time. We got it all for you at chatsports.com/Chiefs Nike. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. All sorts of different shapes and options. We also have other Chiefs merchandise available at that same link. Go check it out now. Chatsports.com/Chiefs Nike to get yours today. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. When you have a quarterback of Patrick Mahomes' caliber that's compared to Tom Brady and Joe Montana and the all-time greats, a lot of people kind of get carried away with the legacy talk. How much did we hear throughout the postseason run and in the lead-up to the Super Bowl of Mahomes versus Brady? Who's the GOAT and all that? And things got a little ridiculous. Mahomes still has a long way to go in his career to kind of cement said legacy. And, with that said, I think that Mahomes, he does care about his legacy, but he's taking it day by day. And you have these lists that people are putting out there. Well, like Chris Sims saying he's the number 4 quarterback in football. You got the NFL 100 rankings coming out, in the coming days ahead. I would bet Mahomes isn't going to be number 1 on that list, but that's not what Mahomes cares about. He couldn't care less about the list. He is about chasing greatness, not just this year, but for many years to come. Mahomes saying this: I'm always myself, no matter if you like me or don't like me. I'm doing everything I can to win the football game. They can rank me wherever they rank me. At the end of the day, all I want to do is win Super Bowls. He's saying the right things. That's exactly what I want to hear from Patrick Mahomes, is that he's not worried about what these rankings are, that he wants to go out there and win. But we know he's petty. And I'll say this, similar to Tom Brady in this sense, he uses it to his advantage. He turns the negatives that are said about him and the Kansas City Chiefs into motivation. He turns those into positives. And they use those as a little chip on your shoulder, if you will. So, while Mahomes says that he cares about winning, and that's what his priority is, he doesn't care about the list, I do think that he still uses it as extra motivation. And that's just fine with me because he's got that figured out. Thanks for watching this edition of the Kansas City Chiefs Report. If you made it to the end of today's video, that means you are a real Kansas City Chiefs fan, a real one. Spam real one in the comments, and we shall see you next time right here on the Kansas City Chiefs Report.